Sometimes when I sit and really take in the world we live in, I pause because something seems off. The math not matching. You look around and what you're seeing. The liars getting the love, the frauds getting the contracts and the deals, the applause, the blue ticks, while the ones with the clean heart and real soul taking hit after hit. The ones who trying to do it the honest way, the right way, getting overlooked, underpaid and disrespected. And if you ain't grounded, if you're not anchored, you might start to feel like maybe being decent was the wrong move. Maybe goodness is naive and maybe integrity is bad strategy. But let me ask you, how many times you had to bend your throat just to pass the gate? How many times you put a different address on your resume? Laugh at a stupid joke in a boardroom just to keep the peace. Nodded along when the CEO, even though you knew what was said was nonsense, but you smile anyway because the bills are due and pressure is high. That's real. I'm not here to judge that. I live that. But hear me good. There's a difference between strategy and self-betrayal. And if you do it long enough, and the lie don't feel like a mask anymore, because it became your face. You're not just surviving the system. The system is now living in you. So what do? How we move through this world without turning cold or crooked? How do we do that? And let's reason. First thing I've learned, what you bend to ends up owning you. If a door requires you to amputate your throat to enter, that's not an opportunity. That's a trap. Leave it. Walk past that table. There's a door that won't invoice your soul later. Wait for that one. Second, as within, so without. Thought becomes word, word becomes deed. So if the thoughts inside your head is muddy and confused, expect confusion to show up in how you talk and how you live. But if you plant clarity, if you speak truth and act bold, life starts reflecting that back. It's not an overnight process. Saturn time. But when it hit, it stays. So how do we stay steady? I have established a 10-point plan that I use for my own life. 1. Change the scoreboard. Don't measure your success by how quick you shine. Measure it by how clean you feel inside. Can you sleep? Can you breathe? Can you look yourself in the mirror without wincing? 2. Tell the truth faster, but don't get reckless. No drama, no cussing out anyone. Just calmly say, I see it differently, and here's why. Put it on paper. If truth gets you kicked out the room, that room was renting you, not respecting you. Exit with grace. Become excellent. Skill is moral. Don't just be a nice person, be undeniable. So even if they are biased, even if they prejudge, let the quality of your work shame the stereotype, outwork the lie. 4. Play clean in a dirty world. Bias is real. Postcode prejudice is real. So you either outproof them with performance and receipts, or you go build your own damn table where the zip code don't decide your value. Yeah, it's harder, but you know what? you arrive whole. 5. Keep a small circle of real ones, not followers. Don't be confused by the thousands and the millions of followers. You don't need followers. What you need is wise counsel. 2, maybe 3 people who love your essence, not your aesthetics. The ones who could tell you when you're getting bitter or when you're shrinking and playing small and stand up. 6. Guard what you're feeding your spirit. If watching them win messes with your chemistry, mute them. Not because you're jealous, but because you value your peace. Replace the noise with silence, with sacred texts, with good books, clean thinkers, real elders' wisdom. See, the timeline is a circus, but wisdom, however, is a temple. 7. Body first, then mind, then speech. What do I mean by that? Before you reply, breathe. Before you spiral, move. Eat like you love your future. Rest like tomorrow matters. Your body is the temple that carries your spirit. Treat it holy. 8. Set boundaries, but keep your heart soft. You can be kind and still say, no, I'm not doing that. No, that's not honest. No, I'm not diluting my value for an applause. 9. Serve quietly. Make the call. Open the door. Help somebody who can't pay you back. Give what you wish you had when you were drowning. That alone can anchor you when nothing else makes sense. 10. Build slow. Stack honest days. Don't chase moments. Build movements. One clean thing every day. One call returned. One truth spoken. One proposal sent. Stack it. Brick by brick. No stunts. No gimmicks. And when the darkness comes, and it will come, don't pretend to be strong. Say it loud. I feel like nothing is working. I feel invisible. I feel tired. Be true to yourself. Breathe through it. Don't let pain pick your next step. Rest. Reset. Then do the next faithful thing. Now hear this. This is my vow, and if it serves you, you could borrow it. I would rather arrive later as myself than arrive now as a stranger. I'm not trading my nervous system for proximity to power. I'm not muting my conscience just to get an invitation. I'm not selling my birthright for a plate of likes. And if my path is quiet for a season, good. Quiet is where roots go deep. That's where legacy starts. Not in the noise, but in the soil. Here's the esoteric truth, but in plain talk. Attention is worship. What you look at too long, you start to feed it. If you keep obsessing over who's winning unfairly, you're feeding the very thing you despise. Reclaim your attention. Put it back on your craft, your breath, your path. Now that's real magic. And those wicked ones who look like they're winning, sometimes they do, but for a season. But the invoice always comes due. Sometimes their own children don't trust them. Their friends are but transactional. Bodies that need pills to sleep. They got hearts that flinch at silence. That's not a blessing. That's just shiny bondage. So to all the ones walking the harder path, you're not mad. You're not weak. You're just early. Keep your hands clean. Keep your craft sharp. Keep your circle tight. Keep your spirit soft. And every day, choose the act that lets you sign your name without shame. That's the only real